So a follow-on from this, again using the jacket in order to, as the weapon, starts from the same position, and control with the legs absolutely imperative, because we lose so many groundwork positions and advantages when we don't control with the legs. So controlling with the legs is really important, and we can normally control with the legs either by taking one leg over or taking both legs over there in order to control it. One leg through, all right, but now, all right, and we've already done the feed, okay, so we know what the feed is. So we've fed it, but now from this angle, if I've got him on his back, he's at a slightly different position, all right, and it's more difficult to apply the strangle. So what I'm going to do now is, with the other hand that's already hooked in, I'm going to go to the opposite lapel and I'm going to pull down. Now, in order to apply it, if I move my hips back and drop his head into my lap, then it gives me a little bit more leverage in order to apply the strangle. Okay, so to slow this down a little bit, there's my feed again. This one lets go, goes to the opposite lapel. This is what we call a curry eri jimmy, okay, or sliding strangle, lapel strangle. And this one is going to pull downwards. This one's going to come underneath my partner's chin here. But sometimes we can't get the leverage that we want to get. So all I do is just move my hips out, and he sinks down and the strangle goes on. So a little bit of body movement, hip movement, again, all right, same kind of stuff as we do standing, can make the difference between this working and not. Try and do it at speed. There's my lapel grip, okay, so I start my turn to here, one leg over, there's my feed. Catch, start to come down, move my hips out, and then pull it across. This one pulls down, this one goes underneath the chin, all right. Sometimes, if he holds too high, then you can't get the opposite lapel. So all I do then is to bring this hand high and behind the neck in order to apply the pressure. Okay, so this one here now, that normally comes over to the opposite lapel, I just take it and just apply it behind the neck here to get the pressure. Yep. So again, what you're doing is using the jacket as leverage as well as a weapon, all right, in order to apply the strangle. Last one, just a couple of examples off my back, all right, and what happens is we know the kind of guard or the full guard or half guard situation here. The advantage that we have with the jacket here is that we can apply pressure as opposed to going around the neck directly, okay, just by feeding into the jacket here and feeding into the jacket here, fingers in, okay, or fingers and thumbs, okay, in here, all right. We can actually apply pressure to the side of the neck, and that's what we're trying to do there, apply pressure to the side of the neck. Or, what we can do is to pull the jacket down here and take the leg over the top of the neck, applying the pressure with the lapel. Okay, so it's kind of a couple of variations off your back there, which we can do with the jacket as opposed to without the jacket. We can't do it without the jacket, okay? So this again becomes a weapon, and this becomes very useful, yeah? The other one is just by gripping the jacket here, thumb in, pull our partner's head down, and my leg around the head there, and just the weight of that actually applies the strangle and applies pressure to the side. The difference between a strangle and a choke is that a strangle goes against the side of the neck and a choke goes against the windpipe. Yeah? So you can see that we've got several different variations using the jacket, and the use of the jacket and how important it is to us. Not just from a gripping perspective, but also from a tactical perspective as well. It also seems to change the whole mood of the actual contest, of the practice or the contest, you know, and it enables us to do judo from a more upright position as opposed to a bent over position. And it also gives us more opportunities that we wouldn't have in a groundwork situation as well, off our back or if we're on their back, just by using the jacket and by applying it in the right way against the side of the neck. So a lot of uses, and hopefully it gives you an insight into the use of the jacket and how we use it in a slightly different way to some of the other fighting skills.